Water potential concept. Water potential as potential energy. Water moves from areas of high water potential to areas of low water potential. When water moves, it can do work. Understanding water potential in plants is important because it helps us understand Earth's water cycle, and it helps us determine the best way to cultivate crops in extreme climate conditions. Water potential is a measure of the concentration of free water in a given solution. A solution has a higher water potential when it has a higher water concentration and a lower solute concentration. So you can see here, if I have a semi-permeable membrane, the water in the left side of the beaker has a higher water potential because it has a higher water concentrate and lower solute concentration as compared to the other side of this membrane. When water potentials in neighboring compartments are compared, the direction of osmosis can be predicted. Water flows from areas of higher water potential to areas of lower water potential. Therefore, water flows from areas of lower solute concentration to areas of higher solute concentration. So you can see that movement of water here. Water moves by osmosis from high to low water potential. So the water moved from the left side of the beaker to the right side. In the absence of other factors, solute potential is also known as osmotic potential. It's the inverse of water potential. Solutions with high solute concentrations have higher solute potential. As the solute concentration increases, water molecules form hydration shells around solutes. The free water concentration decreases and the water potential decreases. Osmosis in plant cells is influenced by rigid cell walls in addition to solute potential. The cell wall exerts pressure inward on a turgid cell and limits the amount of water that can flow into the central vacuole. Animal cells, in contrast, burst in very hypotonic solutions because they're surrounded only by cell membranes, which are not covalently bonded structures. They're maintained by relatively weak hydrophobic-hydrophilic interactions. Osmosis in plant cells. The factors determining the net direction of water flow in a plant cell are solute concentrations on either side of the cell membrane and physical pressure applied by the cell wall. In systems with no external pressure, such as in a U-tube or an open beaker, knowing the solute concentration alone is enough to predict the net direction of osmosis. In plant cells, pressure applied by the cell wall is also a factor. Plant cell turgor depends on water uptake and loss, which occur via 3 routes in a plant, and by osmosis alone in isolated plant cells or tissues. If you want to review these 3 routes of water uptake and loss, it's back on like slide 4 or 5 of this presentation in the first section. Again, as discussed in the slide, no need to memorize it, but if you want to reference it, you can. The net diffusion of water is from the higher water concentration to the lower water concentration until the water potential outside the cell is equal to the water potential inside the cell. At this point, dynamic equilibrium is reached. In plant cells, the cell wall influences water potential, and equilibrium is also reached when solute potential on either side of the cell membrane is unequal.